A family was brutally slaughtered in their own home. The most terrifying part? The killer continued living there for days afterward. He fed the animals, lit the stove, and even ate their food. For over a century, the Hinterkaifeck tragedy has remained unsolved. March 31st, 1922. In Bavaria, about 70 kilometers north of Munich, on a small isolated farm called Hinterkaifeck, 6 members of the Gruber family were horrifically murdered. The victims were 63-year-old Andreas Gruber, his 72-year-old wife Cecilia, their widowed daughter Victoria, Victoria's 2 children, 7-year-old Cecilia and 2-year-old Joseph, and the family's new maid, Maria Baumgartner. But it wasn't just a murder. The details turned this case into one of the greatest mysteries in German history. For months, strange things had been happening on the farm. The family's previous maid had quit her job because she heard footsteps coming from the attic. She believed the house was haunted. Just days before the massacre, Andreas discovered fresh footprints in the snow leading from the forest to the farm, but none returning. It seemed as if someone had entered the property and never left. Inside the house, they found a Munich newspaper that no one in the family had bought, unexplained noises from the attic, and even the youngest daughter reportedly told classmates she wanted to run away from home. These were the ominous signs before the tragedy. On March 31st, 1922, the new maid, Maria Baumgartner, arrived at the farm. Sadly, her first day also became her last. That evening, the family members were lured one by one to the barn, likely tricked by noises. There they were attacked with a mattock. Andreas, then his wife Victoria, and young Cecilia were killed. It was later discovered that little Cecilia survived for several hours after the attack, and in terror, pulled out her own hair. The killer then moved into the house. 2-year-old Joseph was murdered in his crib, and Maria was killed in her bedroom. The most disturbing part was what happened afterward. For 4 days, neighbors didn't see the family, yet life on the farm seemed normal. The animals were fed, the cows were milked. Smoke rose from the chimney. Meals had been eaten. The murderer had stayed in the house, living among the corpses. The bodies were only discovered on April 4th. 4 were stacked in the barn, the others found inside the house. By then, the killer was long gone. When police arrived, the crime scene was already contaminated. Neighbors had moved the bodies and destroyed evidence. The murder weapon, a mattock, was later discovered hidden in the barn's attic. Investigators quickly learned that robbery wasn't the motive. Money and valuables were left untouched. This deepened the mystery even more. Over the years, many suspects emerged. Carl Gabriel, Victoria's husband, officially reported killed in World War I. Some believed he had survived and returned to take revenge on the family. Lorenz Schlittenbauer, a neighbor, he had a relationship with Victoria, and Joseph may have been his child. Suspicion grew when he used a key to enter the house and seemed to know unusual details about the scene. The Gump brothers. In the 1950s, their sister allegedly confessed on her deathbed that they were responsible, but no evidence was found. Even Paul Muller, a suspected serial killer who had committed similar family murders in the United States, was considered a possibility. But despite countless theories, no one was ever convicted. Not long after the murders, the Hinterkaifeck farm was demolished, as if people wanted to erase the memory of what happened there. Today, only a small memorial stands on the site, reminding the world of the 6 lives lost and a mystery that remains unsolved for over 100 years. The Hinterkaifeck murders still leave haunting questions. Who was the killer? Why did they massacre the family? And the most chilling of all, why did they live in the house for days after the crime? 2 people are working together to share such chilling real stories on this channel. If you want to uncover more mysteries like this, stay with us. Your support motivates us to bring even more intriguing cases to light.